Nightmare in Space. The big 40. I've hit middle streaming age. Time for my favorite space opera, Relativity. Get your lightsabers ready, folks.
Yes, it is Relativity. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Quiz Night. I hope you're all doing very well this evening. I'm still not completely recovered. I still have a bit of a chesty cough, but other than that, I am pretty good. Hello there.
JB, eat your heart out. You really hit that well.
I was thinking 5 seconds before doing it, should I do it? Should I do it? I'll go for it, and then that's what happened. So it didn't even take that much of a deep breath, honestly. And breathe. Yes, I shall breathe, don't worry. But yes, welcome to you all, and yes, it is Relativity. I forgot to turn the little extra stinger off. It is the rise of Hackbox still, yes.
Relativity, the only place in space when you can hear Ash scream
Yes, text-to-speech, you almost got that right. Thank you for the 100 bits there, thank you for the 100 bits there, Puzzle Dan as well. And we've got also 52-month resub from Shadowmane. Time for your favourite space opera, Relativity. Get your lightsabers ready, folks. Thank you very much for that, Shadow. The big 4-0 from Mr. David J. He's hit middle streaming age. That's that right, yeah. We've also got Vixen with 3 months.
I'm in Sparky.
You're in space, I think it's supposed to be what it says. But yes, thank you for the 3 months there, Vix. Appreciate that. And we also had a hype train earlier on. Matt gifting out a community gifted sub, and only with a 41 months saying Nightmare in Space. Very much so, although I don't know, there aren't any rooms to speak of, so we may have to widen our horizons a bit. But thank you for the 41 months and the 15 months from Brian as well. Thank you very much for that, Brian. And coincidentally, it is Brian's pack tonight of Relativity, their first foray in writing for this particular show. Thank you to Inca for helping proofing the pack. There are a couple of little issues that needed fixing in the pack, but otherwise it was a nice pack to start with. There's some lovely questions in. So if you're interested in playing Relativity tonight, you can play in one of two ways. You can play in the traditional Twitch Whispers way, as there always has been, or you can now play with Hackbox. If you want all of the fancy slider stuff, basically, or the buttons that are big and pressable. Whichever you want to do, Twitch Whispers to Whispers to Quizbot 3000. Playing on Hackbox, it is hackbox.ca. That is where you need to go. And the room code to enter in will be VTSZ. VTSZ is the room code to play, regardless of where you're playing it from. And hello.
I'm up in space, man. Oh wait, that was 2 years ago.
God, that was 2 years ago at this point, wasn't it? Thank you for the 41 months, though, Topper.
Happy birthday, Inca.
And Zeus, doing as Zeus does, wishing a happy birthday to Inca, apparently now. Well, we've now passed Colo's actual birthday last week. By the way, a big happy birthday over to you, Colo. And what a lovely evening of quizzing there was over on Ben's side of things. It's a bit of a special thing, that. So we know it's not Colo's birthday, certainly for another 350-odd days. So Zeus had to come up with a different name and has plumped with Inca. I actually don't know if it is Inca's birthday or not, so I might be completely talking up my arse. But considering what Zeus does with the happy birthday wishes, Who knows? It's certainly not my birthday. Not for another a few months. Let's put it that way. And oh god, yeah, that happened as well. You have another one coming for just another year. Exactly, Colo. Absolutely. It's Aries season. Don't know what that means in the horoscope world, but it is Aries season, folks. So yes, the room code VTSZ, that is what you need to enter in to play tonight's game, and that will be open throughout the main part of the game, all the way up until the end of round number 3, after which we will then pick our finalists to play the final round, and there won't be any time entry after that. What have we got? You think it's Zeus's birthday? I mean, that would be very weird, wouldn't it? But either way, it's going to be someone's birthday, because birthday paradox and all. So it's someone's birthday. Happy birthday if it is your birthday today or across this week. Then if it's not, then party as if it is your birthday. Hackbox connection issues. Ooh, fun. Is that actually website Hackbox side of things or my side of things? You're on the host waiting screen, so you haven't received a state message yet. Interesting. Alright, so it might be my side of things. Yeah, it is my side of things. I disconnected. So let me do a reload then. And hopefully... There we go, it's picked the new people up. There we go, that's all I needed to do. It's just on my side of things, just needed to reconnect. But thank you for making me aware of that. Just needed to boop it a bit, that's all. Although I did change the connection code to be a bit more resilient, and it just decided, nah, screw that. So I still need to look at the connection logic there, because that should have tried to reconnect, and it decided it didn't want to. Funny that. So yeah, I need to look more into the connection side of things and let it actually fix it. Yeah, the fleet just instantly grew. Just magically, we've got half the new fleet appearing, and hopefully on Hackbox it should have updated on your side of things. But yeah, right. So we've got Relativity to play out in a moment, and then later on we've got one of the classics round here on Quiz Night. It is 1 versus 100, with questions written from the community at large. Don't know if anyone's going to be chancing the Dutch game tonight, but if you do, well, there could be millions of doots up for grabs if you go that way. If you can go all the way. That's the only real problem with it, is if you can go all the way, because it's a very difficult game. Or you can get granted very silly questions and you luck your way up to the top. That is entirely possible as well. It just didn't have ludicrous speed, indeed, Natter. So, what's the time? It is 8:15. I think we might as well get this game underway, because people can join in late in this game. Yeah, I think we shall. There is news I need to share with regards to stuff and things. Not new games stuff, but other stuff that has been in the pipeline recently, and other things around me. So you will need to stick around for that later on, but I'll give that information later in the stream. Anyway, let's get this game underway, shall we? And let's play Relativity! Oh, excuse me. Still have a bit of the sniffles. So round 1, we have got general relativity. In this round, we give you a statement about a number. It is your job to determine whether that statement is truthful or fictional. I think that sort of works. If you think it is correct, you just say equal. If you think the number should be lower, say lower. If you think the number should be higher, then say higher. If you're right, you get points. It's as simple as that. It's basic trivia at this point. It gets a bit harder later on in rounds 2 and 3. But certainly in round 1, it's a nice easy start. It's click one of the 3 buttons if you're on Hackbox. It's type one of the 3 letters or symbols as a whisper to Quizbot 3000 if you're in Twitch World. It will make itself know what the possibilities are, but it's like L for lower, E for equal, H for higher, lots of other symbols as well. Less than, equal, and greater than symbols will all work. Now on Hackbox, it's just 3 big buttons. Click button, win points, yay. As long as you're right, Matt. As long as you're right, then that will work. Okay, if you're ready, good luck. Here comes question number 1. The Ming Dynasty in China lasted for 400 years. That number 400, is that lower, equal, or higher? I've received an argument exception, but it's about the GUI stuff on Unity Editor. Who cares? Now there is time. We don't give you much time in round one. We give you a little bit longer when we're pondering numbers specifically. But here you're just pondering a statement about a number. Topical, soon to get visa to... Oh, really? You're heading over to China, are you, Shadow? Well, that's... you know, I've not been over to China. I've been to Japan twice now, and I kind of want to go again. But maybe I want to go somewhere else around in Asia. I'll think about that at some point. But yes, the Ming Dynasty China lasted for 400 years as a number we presented. What do you think? Okay, so quite a difference of opinion here. Only 3 people believe that is the right number. 9 believe it is shorter. And 22, vast majority, believe it is greater than 400 years. So there were various dynasties in China, but we're obviously just talking about the Ming Dynasty. And this one started from the year 1368, ended in 1644, meaning it is lower. It's 276 years long for the Ming Dynasty. So not many finding the right answer there. We've got Timur, Prugs, Mark, Pusa Musa, Cetra, Fu Fernando, Kolo, Suyu, and Cool Dude. All finding the correct answer there. Yeah, Ming Dynasty from 1368 to 1644 had a great cultural and political influence. Main structure that came to relevance is Beijing's Forbidden City in the 15th century, as well as sculptures from gigantic statues and vases to tiny ornamental carvings of jade, wood, ivory, and porcelain. That was a dynasty question, says Topper. Well, luckily, it's only one of the questions of the set, so you've got plenty of more opportunities to score some points. For those 9, though, it's 500 straight off the bat. Nice and simple. Okay, so yes, 400 down to 276. Let's have a look at another question, shall we? Question number 2 is this. The atomic mass of the most recently discovered element, oganesson, is 276. Ah, funny that. Lower, equal, or higher? And home of Flash Gordon's enemies, yes. That is time. So we're just calling back for the number that we just had. The question is now, is 276 correct? Lower, equal, higher? What do you think? Ooh, pretty even this time. 11 say lower, 10 say equal, and 12 say higher. So yeah, not much separating you out here. Pretty much an equal third, with, you know, extra votes here, there. So oganesson 276 is what we say. Is that right? It is greater, slightly greater at 294. It's the most recent addition to the periodic table in 2002, was discovered near Moscow, Russia by a joint team of researchers, and was named by the IUPAC in chemistry and IUPAP in physics on November the 28th, 2016, with an atomic mass of 294. So 12 of you went the right way, nicely done. And 12 of you getting 500 points, then being Mark, Clive, Itogi, Pusa Musa, Kolo, Cetra, Oni, Drahuska, Topper, Flu Fernando, Shadowmane, and Silver Electron. Very well done. So that's 2 down, 4 to go in this round. But we're not recalling a number this time. We're going to start with a brand new number instead, rather than carrying it on. But feast your eyes on this. I've been taking up a lot of billiards lately, that's Brian, by the way, and wonder if the maximum number of points in a single frame of snooker from a single break with no fouls is 147. Lower, equal, or higher? That there is time, and my hat box has it disconnected and it reconnected again. Why is it just disconnected again? That's very bizarre. At least it reconnected this time. You're assuming no gold in play. Oh yes, we're not playing with the gold ball. That is very true. That's a new ball added to. Or which particular tournament was it? I should know that now. So yeah, so long as the maximum break is still on the table, then the gold ball is on the table. If it doesn't make the maximum break, then that comes off the table. but allows them to be able to go beyond 147. Oh, did I just spoil it? Maybe I did. It was one of those puzzles, and yes, they added a golden ball to the table, but only if the maximum was still on. I might have just spoiled it, so oh, thankfully I'm only spoiling it for 5 people. Yeah, it's 147. The amount of snooker, 180. No, the number of snooker matches I've watched from the Crucible. Hey, by the way, that's starting this weekend. I've already seen all the TV trucks outside setting up outside the Crucible Theatre. Yeah, that's starting this weekend on Saturday. They're already doing all the qualifying for those that aren't in the top 16 seed to be able to make their way in. Yeah, that will be starting on Saturday in Sheffield, and will be on for 2 and a bit weeks. I think it is, Matt. I believe they signed a deal only a year ago, possibly, to say that it should be there for another 10 years. So I believe it is going to be at the Crucible still for a while longer, unless they've decided to change things again. But yes, 147 is indeed the full break, 15 reds with a black, and then you do your colours in sequence: yellow, green, brown, blue, pink, and black. And don't make any mistakes. And yes, there was a variation on that where he added golden ball to make a better break than that. But that never happened, so who cares? 28 of you got the right answer, though. 500 points apiece. Nicely done. Looking to go to Saudi Arabia from 20... Really? I'm pretty certain the Crucible still had a contract for the next, 8 years or so. I'm pretty certain they got, 10-year renewal. They might be having a Saudi Arabia tournament, but I'm pretty certain the World Snooker Championship is still being in Sheffield, but okay. If it is going to Saudi, then that is disappointing, I'd say. I'd say it's been very disappointing. It's been in the Sports Ball news today. Okay, I'll have to read it and then become very disappointed. Anyway, we'll continue on. Question number 4, and we are carrying the 147 through this time. So Brian's favourite Welsh footballer, Gareth Bale, scored 147 goals in club football. That's excluding international matches throughout his career. Lower or equal or higher? Not many answers coming in. Get your answers in. I did not see many answers coming through there at all. I did, but it reconnected. I did, but it reconnected, and I received some Hackbox messages. So I don't know what happened there, but I definitely submitted answers submitted questions, and some players sent them back. So that's not me this time. Interesting. Hit higher, disable all, and then ran out of time. Okay. I see what you're saying. I wonder if I can boop it back into order, run this question again, because we haven't actually resolved this question yet. Those who answered before reconnection didn't get a state refresh. No. When I reconnect, it should submit a state update to everyone, just to make sure they're on the states that I expect to be on. So no, it should be on the right state. Weird. Is there anything I can do right now with the game? If I kill the master sequence, I can go back and run general relativity again, removing the questions we've already played. Yes. I say so. And so say all of us. I'm going to say that. Let's see what happens. So we're going to kill that. Excuse me? I pay it. It just decided to run the next question? What? It decided to run the next question for some reason. What? No. No, you don't do that. You don't do that in this sequence. What the frick? That's not what you do. That just isn't what you do, sir. What? Shouldn't be running that as a sequence yet. The master sequence should still be... Why is the master sequence still running? That shouldn't be running anymore. Excuse me? Excuse me, you shouldn't be running anymore. Wow, what the heck is going on? I don't know what the hell's going on right now. This is the most broken I've seen this. Why is it still running the damn sequence? Huh? Why are you still running the sequence right now? You shouldn't be running. Like, what the heck? That's crazy. That is really crazy. Hit the continue button. Hit the continue button again. Right, now it knows what I'm doing. We scroll that back up and we do the following. Edit. And we go... Can I edit that? No, I cannot edit that. Fantastic. Why can't I edit that data? I should be able to edit that data. Ah, but I can't. Okay. We're back to general relativity, I think. Now edit that, and that. Hopefully I can do this. Right, should now go back to question 4. I think. I'm going to make sure I'm definitely connected on Hackbox side of things. So I'm going to force disconnect, force reconnect. There we go. Back on the room. We're back in the room, folks. And let's see what happens when I do this. Hey, it's the right question. My favourite world footballer, Gareth Bale, scored 147 goals in club football, i.e. excluding international matches throughout his career. Lower, equal or higher? Go! That is the craziest I've seen that. Anyway, right, let's come back. It's misnumbered. Don't worry about the misnumbering. It's fine. This is still question 4. It's just count. Don't worry about it. It will do all the numbers correctly with the score, I believe. It doesn't reset the score at the beginning. It doesn't. It's not as explicit as that. So it's Mr. Vertigo in the middle, saying that is the right number. We've got 15 believe fewer than 147 and 17 believe greater than 147. The correct answer looking for was lower by just 5 at 142 goals. He started his career in Southampton in 2005, then rose up to the ranks into the Premier League with Tottenham in 2007 to 2013, then transferred to La Liga with Real Madrid 2014 to 2020, seesawing between both of the teams until ending up in FC Los Angeles in the MLS in 2022. So there you go. 142 was the number we're looking for there. It was 5 fewer than the number we offered. So 15 players going the right way, scoring 500 points. Nicely done. Okay, we've got 2 more questions. It's going to present us question 2 and question 3, even though they're actually question 5 and question 6. We're just going to ignore that part of things, and it should get to the leaderboard at the end of question 3/6. Next question is, which you've already seen, you've seen a sneak peek of it. As of 17th of April 2024, the world's oldest living human is 115 years old. Lower, equal, or higher? Oh, excuse me. But this one actually needs a slight edit in it. I've just noticed. It does need a slight edit in the corrected statement because we haven't adjusted the date. We adjusted the date in the main question, but not in the the other question. Now, my Twitch chat just decided it wants to reload. What's going on with my internet connection tonight, folks? What is going on? Anyway, let's just slide that up there. Thank you, Unity. And let's see where you've gone. It's an interesting distribution here. We've got 8 believing younger than 115 years old, 11 believing that is the right number of years, and 14 believe older still than 115 years. So yes, as of 17th of April 2024, the world's oldest living human is older still, 117 years old. At the time of writing, this is Maria Brañas Morera, living to be 117. She turned that age on March the 4th, 2024. Jesus Christ, even the Twitch connection has now reconnected. What the hell is going on with my internet tonight? Jesus Christ. This is just the craziest shit tonight. There was a slight blip in the stream as well. I'm not seeing any drop frames, so it didn't dupe any frames, but I wouldn't be surprised. Wow. Okay. Clearly tonight is not a night to be trusting the internet for me, folks. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, 117 years old was the correct answer we're looking for there. 14 players went the right way, getting some points. We'll see if we can get through this, shall we? Now, that Quizbot, etc., is on a different server. It's using the same account, but it comes through from a different connection. So, yeah, don't trust that. Similarly, the Doots stuff, when you ask for Doots and like that kind of thing, that is on the same server as the question mark one. But it's not the same one as me running the game. It's a very different thing. Anyway, one final question in this round, and what was the number we carried over? Oh, yeah, 117. Psalm 117 is the shortest psalm and also the shortest chapter in the whole Bible. Lower, equal, or higher? I really am surprised by all of the internet shenanigans going on right now. But I suppose these are the perfect scenarios to really battle test the code works. And it doesn't. It doesn't work. There's still some weird connection issues, so I do need to stem that somewhat. Let's have a look to see where you've gone. God, internet connection. Networking in general in programming is just so bloody hard. 22 believe that is the right number. 10 believe that the number is older? Lower, Ashley. Jesus Christ. I've been flustered. Lower than 117. And just a bit on the internet thinking the number is greater than 117. BC thought it was 117 or 119. Well, let's find out, shall we? The correct answer we're looking for is... It is 117. Yes, Psalm 117 is the shortest psalm and also the shortest chapter in the whole Bible. There are 150 psalms in the Bible, but 117 is not only the shortest in the book itself, but in the whole Bible. Consists of the lines, "Oh, praise the Lord, all ye nations, praise him, all ye people, for his merciful kindness is great toward us, and the truth of the Lord endureth forever. Praise ye the Lord." In Latin, it is also known as the Laudate Dominum, which translates to praise the Lord. So 22 went the right way, nicely done, 500 points. So yeah, Jesus Wept is the shortest single verse, but we're looking for the chapter here in this case. Slightly longer than the verse. But yes, 22 going the right way for 500 points apiece. And hopefully, let's have a look at the leaderboard. They look about right. At least players are capped to 1,500, meaning we did carry over the points from the first 3 questions. Mark, Colo, Fluid Fernando, Timor currently setting the pace, getting 5 of 6 right, 2,500 points. Then we've got Cetra, Topper, Drahuska, Pusamusa, DMC, Oni and Shadow getting 4 right out of the 6 for 2,000 points. And then we've got Prugs, Clive, Prey, Pyro, Silver Electron, Itogi, Flyboy, Vixen and Zeus getting 3 of 6 right for 1,500 points. You can see all the other points available there. And that is where you're currently standing. or zooming off into space. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. But this is where we change the formula of the game up, and we turn to you to make some numerical guesses instead. Round number 2. I said game round number 2. Strange relativity. I forgot I had a breakpoint on. So in this round, we ask you to provide the numbers now. It's just disconnected from Hackbox again. We'll give you a question, give me a numerical response. It will be a whole number, an integer response. Could be positive, could be negative, but we'll give you a range of numbers to work with. And the closer you are to the correct answer, the more points that you will earn. A maximum of 1,000 if you can get it absolutely on the nose, all the way down to 0 if you are the furthest away from giving me the correct answer. If you're using Twitch Whispers, you can whisper the answer to Quizbot 3000. If you're using Hackbox, you can use the slider to slide an answer, or you can type a number in, or whatever you want to do. You also got the spinner up-down buttons as well to dial in a number specifically. Just remember to hit that submit button, because if you do not submit, it will not send it. And certainly in this age of my internet not working, you definitely need to hit that submit button. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Let me force that reconnection there, because I saw that it had disconnected itself again. Right. If you're all ready, good luck. Your first question to consider is this. Time for some trivia about my hometown of Chicago. That's Brian, by the way. How many acres of the city of Chicago were burned during the 1871 Great Chicago Fire? Answer between 100 acres and 5,000 acres. The Great Chicago Fire of 1871. How many acres of the city were burned? Between 100 and 5,000. And then there is time. So, let's find out what you all reckon. We've got a low guess of 666 from Alice Kendall and 785 from Colo. And then we are squarely into the thousands. We've got 1600 from Matt and Miss Vertigo, 1666 from Timor, and even 2000 from Kart Quiz. We've got 2410 from Oni, 2569 from Prey. There you go, you're repping the Dumpster Lounge there. 3200 from Nata. Biggest guess we've got is Flyboy with a 4269. Sort of halfway there. Let's find out then. The correct answer we're looking for here is... I know you do. You're a bartender and all. 2124 we're looking for there. BC was our closest guess on 2087. Getting themselves 983 points for that pretty damn good guess. And then our next best guess was Can't Quiz, Won't Quiz, getting 942. And then it was Cetra, getting 936 points there. Unfortunately, Flyboy, your guess was a bit too far away, and you're going to be scoring nothing on that question. Yes, the old water tower on present-day Michigan Avenue is one of the few remaining buildings that survived the fire, which burned for almost 2 days in October of 1871. A 2-day fire. The Great Chicago Fire there burnt just over 2,000 acres of the city. Well done, BC. Good guess there. Lots of points being doled out as well. Let's put that one away. So that's how this round works. Get closer to the answer, more points you get. Continue on. This is a nice, easier range question here. Oh, hello. Hello, JB. Text-to speech did not want to play. 1 S for each month is fair. A, and then you can fill in the blanks. 35 months there. Appreciate that, JB. Appreciate that. Yeah, text-to-speech just wanted nothing with that at all. But I hope you're doing well, JB. Welcome on in. We've already had some 2569 representation from Prey. So, yeah, don't worry. The Dumpster Lounge is being represented here. Moving on to question number 2. Time for the greatest Chicago Bull of all time, Michael Jordan. He scored how many points during his entire career in the NBA? That's between 2,300 and 45,000. Hang on. That's not right. That's not the question I see in front of me. That's not the question I see in front of me. Where's that gone? Have questions been shuffled around? They have been shuffled around. The export sheet has had its numbers been re-shenaniganed. So, my game is doing the right thing. What you've just seen is a question that was actually written in the social relativity round, appearing in round 2. Yeah, the export sheet has shifted things around. But I think it's all going to work. Yes, because the one that should have appeared right now is going to appear in social relativity. Yes. I think we're going to see all the questions exactly once. And we're good. I think we're okay.
How high is his score in Space Jam DVDs?
Space Jam DVD, 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 Space Jam DVD. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe that high. Thank you for the 100 bits though, Oni. Yeah, we are playing the questions, just they're not necessarily in the order we were anticipating them. But yeah, from what I can see in the export sheet, which is what the game's going to reference, we are... Everything's going to play out okay, I think. Yes. We'll see if the answers are with them or not. They look like they are carried over correctly. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to get an answer that's out of range, which means no one scores points. No, it's in range, which should be good. Alright. Let's have a look at the answers. God, everything's happening tonight, folks. Let's have a look at some answers. So we've got a low guess of 2541 from Puzzledan, a guess of 3000 from Cartquiz, 3157 from Oren. Those are our lower three. Then we're up to nearly the 10,000 with Ape, then into the 10,000s. DMC's sort of our middle guess, 20,700. Topper going for the 25,669. Togi the 25,869.
Bully would be the greatest if it was darts.
It would be, yes. Thank you for the 100 bits. We've got 31,000 from Timor. Biggest guess we've got is Matt and Flyboy, both going for the 420,69. Topper's answer was randomly chosen. He did not put that in on purpose. Likely story. Let's have a look at the answer, though. You have standards. Ooh, handbags. Ooh, let me get my handbag. 32,292. BC again, closest guess of all, getting 989 points for that guess this time. Then it's Timor with the next best guess, 957, and then it's Fluid Fernando next best, getting 946 points. So yes, Michael Jordan led the Chicago Bulls to a 90s dynasty of NBA basketball from 91 to 93 and 96 to 98 with other teammates like Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and their head coach Phil Jackson. He later played for the Washington Wizards before he retired in 2003 with a career total of 32,292 points. Well, this slide mechanic is stick it somewhere in the middle. It's working, says BC. Well, you've got a few more questions. Maybe it will continue to work out for you. So far, you've been the pole position on both questions, getting nearly 1,000 points each case. So you're doing well, whatever it is. Don't change it up. Puzzledan, unfortunately, your guess was too far away, scoring nothing for that. Hard luck. Let's find out what question we're going to see next. I'll have a look at the export sheet to see what we're supposed to see next. It's going to be that one, which is this one, which is question number 3 in round number 2. Cool. All right. I think it's only the one question that got shifted around for some reason. Okay, question number 3 is this. Time for Brian's favourite leisure sport, which is golf. Totaling the lengths of the 18 individual holes, how long is the world's longest golf course in yards? Answer between 1,000 and 10,000. What is this, Mario Golf? Goodness me. That is a ridiculous course. Like, I'm used to seeing numbers in the 500 range for the length of a golf course. But I suppose it's saying it's totally the length of 18 individual holes, so you would sort of stack them all together to make one massive single course or single hole. But of course, not all holes are going to be 500 yards long, because some of them are more tricksy. They have like water hazards and sand bunkers and things like that, and be shorter and have weird dog legs and things. So it may not necessarily be that length for all 18 holes. Let's see what you've gone for. You've skewed higher, must be said. Lowest guess you've got is Kart Quiz, Woke Quiz with 2,000 yards. Silver Electron with 2,700. We've got, let's have a look at some numbers. We've got a 42.69 from Flyboy, a 444 from Suyo. We've got a 6,900 from Timor, a 69.69 from Mr. Vertigo. 7,200 from Oni, a 74.64 from Topper. Interesting number. All the sevens from Matt. 80-20 from Zeus. Biggest guess we've got is Mark with 91.94. Does it have a windmill? I don't know, actually. I don't know where this is based. Oh, yes I do. I can read it from the factoids. It's based in China. So probably not. If it was maybe in the Netherlands, yes, possibly. But in China, no. Let's find out. What is the correct answer? You were right to skew high, 8,548 yards. This time it's Danny Gambit who's closest, getting 980 points for that guess. Then it was Pyropygmy, 968, and then it was Alice, 948. BC still in the first column though, getting 898 points. So not a bad guess still, not a bad guess. Yes, this is called Jade Dragon Snow Mountain Golf Club in Liang, China, in the Yunnan province. It's perched on top of a 10,800 foot mountain. Of course it is. The ball flies further than usual due to the thin mountain air, hence the unusually long course. So there you go. In Yunnan province in China, there you go. 8,548 yards long. That's a lot. That's a lot for a course. Either way, well done, Danny. Best guess, 980 points to you. Kart Quiz, unfortunately, your guess was too far away, scoring nothing. This one, you feel like I had some method to an educated estimate. I think you need to revert back to whatever you do before PC if you want to go back up to the top of the leaderboard. But still, your first column there. I've just seen Hackbox disconnect again. God damn it! God damn it, Hackbox! It's not Hackbox, it's my internet connection. It keeps disconnecting for some reason. I put the freaking ping pongs in to keep it alive and everything. Anyway, question number 4. Watch some Did-Its is all I'll say on this. Question number 4 is this. Time for Brian's favourite hobby, cooking. In US dollars, what was the sale price of the most expensive truffle ever sold? Answer between 1,000 and 1 million. In US dollars, what was the sale price of the most expensive truffle ever sold? Between $1,000 and $1 million. And that there is time. Nicking the BC strat, hopes it pays off. Oh, puzzle time. Let's find out, shall we? Skewing lower this time, Colo is our lowest guess with $79,774. There's just a lot of random numbers here. People are just clearly using the slider and going, yeah, that's about right. Proves with 115581. Mr. Indigo going with a nice number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Timor with an even quarter mil. Tadaro going with 25, 66, 69. Just add the extra sixes in the middle there. Danny going with 25, 69. Double naught. 8 Mickey with 400,000 and 2. What is these numbers? Zeus playing the numbers here, one shy of 500,000. Vixen on the 500,000. Topper going with the 500. And DMC's our biggest guess, going with 800,000. Though I can also notice the The 6 6s from Suyo and the 5 6s and a 7 from Fernando. So all of the numbers going on right now. Well, let's find out. What was the sale price of the most expensive truffle ever sold in US dollars? $330,000. Oren! Off by $419. Gets you pretty much close to the money. 999 points you're getting. It's not the full maximum 1,000. Then Pyro Pygmy was our next best guess, getting 979. And then it was Prey, getting 870 points for that guess. So yes, this extravagant price was paid by Hong Kong tycoon Stanley Ho. The price for this beautiful £2.86 white truffle, which sold at a 2009 international auction, was on par with another one Ho bought in 2007. Although this truffle is smaller in size, its origin from Tuscany's underground hyped up the biddies' expectations, given that the truffle made in Tuscany has been very fruitful, even until now. 330,000 was the correct guess. A lucky slider for the win from Oren gets themselves basically 1,000 points. Fortunately, DMC, your guess of, I think it was 800,000, was just a bit too far away. We've got to say no points for you this time. But everybody else scoring some points. One more question in the round, and then we'll have a look at a leaderboard update. But what do they do with it? Risotto or pasta? I mean, yeah, I suppose. It certainly works well with a risotto, I guess. I don't think I've had truffle. Have I had truffle? Like that truffle? No, I don't think I've had that truffle. Black or white or whatever truffle. No, I don't think I've had that truffle. Sure, okay, only. Chocolate truffles is different. I've had those, certainly, Matt. But not the truffles that we were talking about there. Final question in this round. Let's have a look at this. Finally, we end with My Favourite Things, a song in The Sound of Music. In what year was this song first heard by audiences? Answer between 1900 and 2024. In what year was this song first heard by audiences? Lindor Master Chocolatiers. They are very nice. So, between the years of 1900 and 2024, when did we get My Favourite Thing for the first time? Lowest guess is Drahuska with 1927 and DMC with 1929. Then we've got Itogi in 1942. Let's jump a bit. We've got Oni 1958. 3 players with 1959. That's Matt, Tadaro, and Danny. We've got 2 players on 1960. That's Mark and Zeus. We've got 3 on 1965. That's Miss Vertigo, Oren, and Nata. 3 on 1967. That's Puzzle Dan, Pyro, Pygmy, and Prey. 3 on 1968. That's Topper, Proust, and Colo. Biggest guess we've got is a midget on the internet with 2007. So lots of numbers there in the late 50s, early 60s range. Let's find out what the correct answer is, shall we? And you're right to do so. 1959 was the correct year. Matt, Tadaro, and Danny on the money, getting the full 1,000, and hopefully you'll see a new state on Hackbox that tells you that as well. And also, you may also get a 1 year off state as well as a potential return. Yes, 1959 was the year we're looking for. The well-known film starring Julie Andrews in 1965. The Sound of Music was a Rodgers and Hammerstein musical that debuted in 1959. Like the movie, the musical followed the Von Trapps leaving Austria during World War II. And the musical won 5 Tonys, including Best Musical. So well done. 1959 was the year in question. 3 players getting exactly on the money. We've got 3 players getting 1 off, another 2 getting 2 off, and another 3 getting 3 off the correct year from the looks of things, or getting points though. Fortunately, midget on the internet, your guess of in the 2000s was a bit too early, or a bit too recent, should I say, and it scored nothing for that. At the end of round number 2, Let's have a look at the leaderboard, shall we? So, we are looking at the top 6 right now. We've got Timor currently in the lead on 6571. Then it's Cetra, one shy of 6300. Then it's Oni, 6125. Then Pyro on a 6020. Topper, currently in 5th place on 5951. And Zeus rounds out the top 6 on 5621. Remember, at the end of the next round, the top 6 will qualify for special relativity. So you need to get into that top 6 to be able to move on and qualify for the final round. But as Puzzle Dan says, many but a finite number of things can happen. Even Cool Dude, potentially, could get enough points here. Anyway, it's round 3. Summer's gonna happen. And only by playing the game will we find out. Round 3 is social relativity. So we're going to do much like we did in the previous round. I give you a question and you give me a numerical response. But then I will split you up into 3 equally sized groups. Equally sized by the number of people in the group, not necessarily the size or of the range itself. Only the range that contains the correct answer will score points, a minimum of 500, a maximum of 1,500. And what that does mean in this round is you could be one off the correct answer and score absolutely nothing. Last time we played Relativity, we had players that were 2 away from the correct answer and scored absolutely nothing. So it is entirely possible that we get players that are that close to the correct answer and yet score nothing because the way that the distribution of the groups happened to land. Okay, if you're all ready, let's get on into question number 1. And presuming I'm not going to be shifting around in the sheet anymore, it should be this one. According to a 2022 census, what's the population of Hong Kong? Answers between 1 million and 10 million. That there is time. Let's have a look at some answers that came through. Right slider, work for me, says Puzzle. Well, we're getting the mean numbers right at the bottom end here. Prey with the 2569. 000. Then Kastuku with definitely a dialed in number from the slider with 2644147. Mark's going with an even 3 mil. Jump up a bit, we've got Suyo with all the 4s. We've got BC with the 5 million. Drahuska with a dialed in number from the looks of things. Tadaro with all the 6s. Vixen one shy of 7 million. Well, it'd be interesting to see how that shakes out. Because we've got Timor and Cetra that have got exactly 7 million. Biggest guesses we've got is Mr. Vertigo and Alice with 7.5 million. So let's have a look to see where the groups lie. Well, it didn't shake out for Vixen. They are solely in the red zone there. So blue is from 1 million up to 4,517,742. Of course it is. Green from that up to 6,769,405. Because of course it is. And then red from that up to the grand 10 million. So blue and red are slightly larger than the green zone currently. But let's find out, shall we? According to a 2022 census, what's the population of Hong Kong? It sneaks its way into red. 7,346,100. Natta's off by about 1,000. Off by about 1,000 of the population there. Natta getting almost the maximum. 1,498 points there. Very well done. Then it was DMC next best getting 1416. And then Oren next best getting 1355. All of the reds are scoring all the way down to and including Puzzle Dan getting 500 points. It is points and you will take them. Everybody else, though, fortunately, you are not in the scoring zone. and you're getting absolutely nothing. Yes, Hong Kong was handed over to China from the UK in July of 1997 after 156 years as a territory, and their population has grown to the current figure of just over 7 million, according to 2022. So well done, Nata. Best guess out of all the Reds scoring. Let's put that one away. So 4 more questions left. This is a very interesting one. Good luck, here we go. According to the ant-cat database, how many known species of ant are alive in the world today? Ants between 0 and 25,000. Well, I would hope there's at least one. I would hope there's at least one species of ant. I could possibly think of 3.
I ain't got an idea.
You ain't got an idea. I think you were the first in though, Matt, so you've got some idea. That there's time. See, I think there's a few that I can reel off, but how many are there out there according to the ant-cat database, presumably cat being catalogue here. Here goes strat number 2. Well, Abe is judging it at 2, sorry. I've only seen 2, so... It's fair enough. If you've only seen 2, then you only know that there are 2 in existence, and might be that few. So you are certainly in the blue zone. Tadaru will be joining you on 2569. We've got Timor with 6900, BT with a 6969. Interesting, that might place you solely in green. Itogi with a 7885, Missy Vertigo with all the ones, Silver Electron with 12242, Alice with the 12345 count up, Mark with 13579, Vixen with 15,000. Biggest guess is Natter with 19338. Is there a deck cats database? Jesus Christ. Saturday Night Takeaway brought to you by the Ant and Deck Cats. The Ant Cats deck. That kind of works because SMTV Live, they did have Cat Dealey. Let's put the 3 groups up, shall we? So blue is from 0 all the way up to 6326. Green up to 12423. Red up to the maximum of 25,000. So there's a very big red zone, and not so big on the blue and the green. And Ape's thinking, come on, 2. Let's find out, shall we? The correct answer we're looking for is... I mean, if there's a website dedicated to it, it's going to be at least a few thousand. 14,200. Cart Quiz with our best guess there, getting 1,418 points for that. Then it was Mark, 1379, and then it was Vixen, 1344. The Reds take it once again. We go up into the high range. I've got no other information other than you can go and visit antcat.org. That's the website that we worked off there. So yeah, all the Reds scoring all the way down to and including Natter getting 500 points. Everybody else, fortunately, scoring nothing. Now I need to scroll back up to round number 2. Question number 2, which is now going to appear in round number 3, question number 3. And this was the one where I said we've got a smaller range to consider, because we definitely do. But I did not expect the jump around. So, question number 3 of round 3 is question number 2 of round 2. But you'll see. We haven't seen it yet. The question is this. With all the Balatro... Brian, really? It reminds me of one of my favourite card games, poker. In a hand of Texas Hold'em poker, where players have 7 cards to make combinations with, what's the percentage chance of not having any pairs or anything better? Answer between 1 and 100%. Hashtag Ash for Balatro. Jesus. Car quiz, try again. You missed red, says Puzzle Dan. Let's try again. There you go, that one did come through. And that's time. So, well, it's certainly a percentage between 1 and 100. It's not 0 this time. We know it's not 0. 51 would mean the house has an edge. Well, let's find out, shall we? Let's have a look at where you think the answer is. It's certainly skewing lower. Alice is our lowest guess at 3%, then Nata 5 and Tadaro 7%. Then we're sort of counting 9, 10, 11, 12. Then we skip 13 because we have 2 on 14. Then we have a 15. Then we skip a bit to 18 and 21. We've got ABME, Zeus and Vixen all going for the quarter on 25%. BC on 30, Drahuska on 40. We've got 2 players on 51%, 2 on 61%, and Topper is our biggest guess, going with 80%, and also saying in chat, misread question. Well, let's have a look at the groups. And we still don't have any edge cases to consider right now. Though it says 33, it actually displays is actually 32.5 under the hood. So blue is from 1 up to and including, I think it's 19.5 is what it really should be, but displays as 20. Green from that up to 32.5, displaying as 33, the nearest integer. And then red from that up to the full 100%. So yeah, no edge cases at all, even on this question with quite a limited range. So in Texas Hold'em, where players have 7 cards to make combinations with, what's the percentage chance of not having any pairs or anything better than that? The answer we're looking for is... This time the blue zone claims it. 17% was the correct answer. DMC, our best guess there, only off by 1%, getting 1,429 points for that guess. Then it's Silver Electron next best, getting 1357. And then it was Mark and Shadow next best, getting 1286. So with 7 cards to work with, the likelihood is that you will have a pair at the very least. The probability of not having at least a pair is only 17.4%. There is around a 39% chance that you would have 2 pairs or something better than that out of a 7-card set. So there you go. 17% the correct answer. DMC, our best guess. The blue zone claims it this time. No one in green or red claiming any points. And there are all the points doled out, including to Alice with only the 3% guess. 2 more questions left in the game. 2 more chances to earn 1,500 points, so you could get a maximum of 3,000 still in this in these final 2 questions. If you're ready, good luck. The penultimate question of the main game is this. Time for a language class. As you know, I, Brian Huang, well, I mean I'm not, but Brian's Brian, is of Chinese descent. But how many Chinese characters are there in the language according to the Compendium of Chinese Characters? Answer between 500 and 75,000. How many Chinese characters are there in the language according to the Compendium of Chinese Characters? And there is time. I don't think we're making any distinction or difference between traditional traditional Chinese and that, but I think it all counts much the same because they'll be in the compendium of potential characters. You feel like there is a trap, Alice? Interesting. Well, we'll see what you think about that in a moment. Let's have a look at where players have gone. Quite a wide spread, must be said. Matt's our smallest guess with 1,024. Then it's Shadowmane with 3170. Then Silver Electron 5555. And then we're sort of racing into the tens of thousands straight away. ABME with 20,000. Prey with 2569 and a 0. Timor, we're going with all the 4s. Tadaro with the 50,000. Oren is our biggest guess on 68,218. Well, let's have a look to see where the edges lie. Look at that! We do have an edge case on a funny number. So blue is from 500 up to 22,943. Green is from that up to the 420,69. And then red from that up to the maximum 75,000. So it's the first time we've seen it tonight. We do have an edge case, BC and Flyboy, with their guess of 420,69. They are both in green and red, meaning if the correct answer is in either of those zones, then they will score some points. But the answer has to be in one of those 2 regions, one of those zones, for them to score points. If it's in blue, they get diddly squat. Let's find out, shall we? The correct answer is... I think you're safe, Oni. 54,678. Vixen off by 322 from the looks of things. Getting a score of 1,476 points there. Very well done. Then it was Pyro Pygmy 1316, and then it was Proogs 1273, all the way down to Oren Mistarel getting 500 points. Yes, unlike the American alphabet, the Chinese alphabet consists of many calligraphic symbols, or calligraphic symbols, including for nouns like water and person, as well as verbs like go and eat. Some sources say there are more, because there are. According to the Great Compendium of Chinese Characters, there are 54,678 characters in the Chinese language. So yeah, if you've ever studied Japanese, then the entire kanji set of that is kind of derived from the Chinese character set, and they've also added their own, because of course they have. So yeah, there's tens of thousands. The number of actual usable, day-to-day usable characters is nothing like that. It's like several thousand actual usable characters. But if you want to use the really, really fancy, really, really old language, then yeah, there's like 50-odd thousand characters that you could use if you wanted to. Well done. Red Zone scoring the points there. Vixen doing the best, off by... what did I say? Off by 300 or so, something like that. Very good guess indeed. Getting the most points, and all the Reds scoring. So, yeah, indeed, Alice, yes, there is Useful Daily versus the actual book. Yeah, there is, certainly in Japanese, they have, they'll obviously have their own full list of kanji they use, but there is also a common set, which they kind of use to essentially set the syllabus for the JLPT language proficiency tests in Japanese. And yeah, there's like, I forget the exact number, but I think it's like 1,600 kanji that is sort of commonly used in everyday use, and those are the ones you're sort of expected to know, and then anything else is sort of, being fancy, or keigo if you want to go that way. Slightly over 2,000 is it, Sarah? Okay, I've not been keeping track of that stuff, but yeah, I thought at some point it was like 1,600, but now it seems to be over 2,000, so get learning. Okay, final question in the round. Last chance to earn some points, and then we'll find out who is qualifying for special relativity. Question number 5 of the round is this. And it's more business ahead. To the nearest US dollar, what is the price of a single share in the world's most expensive company by stock price as of the 17th of April 2024? Answer between 25 and 690,000. Excuse me. $600,000? Doesn't quite work the same, does it? And that there is time. I have found my number, and I am sticking with it, says Oni. Meantime, Ash, I'm answering what Ash said. Are you, Alice? Don't ever take what I say as a good idea. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a number in the range. I was going for the mean of what, $6,000? I just added an extra couple of zeros. So yeah, don't trust me. Is all I say. Let's have a look, see where you've gone. Oh dear, it looks like a few might have trusted me on that guess. Alice certainly has. There is an even 600,000. You're absolutely right. You've gone with that. BC is our smallest guess, going with 690, going completely the other way. Tudaru and Flyboy with 6969. Silver Electron with 30,000, and then we're into the 100,000 straight at that point. Kursukud with 199,154. Cetra with 247,200. Sui with all the threes. Mark with 400,000. A midget on the internet 420,000. Timor with a half mil. Zeus going 595960, and Victor going 596969. And our biggest guess is Pyro with a nice 100,000, 690,000. Well, let's split you up into 3 groups. Quite an even spread this time. Blue from 25 up to 249885. Green from that up to 444470. And then red all the way up to the maximum of 690,000. Well, let's find out, shall we? The company in question that has the most expensive stock price, or single share stock price, should I say, is Berkshire Hathaway. They currently hold the record for the highest price on a single share basis. And the correct answer we're looking for here is... Yeah, you should have trusted me, actually. 597,241. Vixen was our closest guess, getting 1,498. Then it was Zeus, 1,491. And then it was Alice with the even 600k guess, getting 1,481 there. Very well done. All the way down to Oni, scoring some points there in the red zone, getting 500 points for that. Yes, the single share price for Berkshire Hathaway, their Class A stock, sells for around $600,000 per share, which is far more than any other company in history. So yes, red worked this time only. For the final time, it did work in your favour. Yeah. Nearly 600,000. So maybe you do need to trust me sometimes. I don't know, but I really didn't mean to give any meaningful hint at all. I just saw 690,000, then thought of the meme of $6,000. But there you go. Only got 3 of 5 as it's happening, isn't it? Well, let's put that away, and we'll have a look at our final leaderboard. Remember, the top 6 will be going through to the final phase of Special Relativity tonight. So I suppose in 1 versus 100 there is Ask the Host, where you might need to trust my answers, but we'll get there if we get there. Let's have a look at the leaderboard for Relativity. At the back of the pack, we've got Cool Dude with 500 and Suyu. Then we've got Can't Quiz and the Midget on the Internet, Curse Tugan and Togi, Drew Husker and Puzzle Dan, 8 Minky and Flyboy, Prey and Danny, Silver Electron and Pusa Musa, Flu Fernando and Mr. Vertigo, Proobs and Matt, Oren and BC, Shadow and AB Me, Tadaru and Topper, Colo and Cetra. Top 10 are Alice and Clive, DMC and Nata. Our top 6 going through to Special Relativity are Mark, Oni, you got in, Zeus, Timor, Pyro, and top of the board, Vixen! And there you all are, breaking into the tens of thousands. We don't see that often in Relativity. Vixen and Pyro getting 10,000 apiece. Then it was Timor on 9,000, Zeus on 8,8, Oni on 8,2, and Mark on 8,2 as well. So yeah, it basically looks like you needed 8,000 to qualify for Special Relativity tonight. And those were our top 6 there. All these points have been converted into doots at a rate of 1 point equals 1 doot. So do enjoy the doots that you have now recently been paid. Our top 6 being Mark, Oni, Zeus, Timor, Pyro, and Vixen. You'll be moving on into Special Relativity, where you can get even more doots on top of that. Maybe up to another 100,000 doots if you can go all the way to the end. Everybody else, that is the end of the game for you, but I do welcome some free guesses in the Whispers, and if I ask for it, you can do some free Whispers in public chats, but only do so if I ask for you to do so. It's just a bit of fun if we're all in a good situation for it. As always, don't go spoiling answers or spoiling anything until I reveal any information. Okay, final round then for our top 6 is Special Relativity. So, in this final round, we will give you some questions. The answers will be numerical. Whoever is furthest away from the correct answer will be removed from the game, and you'll get a spot prize in doots. Anything from 10,000 bonus up to 100,000 doot bonus. We do not give you a range this time round, so you are bidding blind. And in the case of tie breaks, where there are 2 players that are equally as distant away from the correct answer, then we use timing to determine who should stay and who should die. So, good luck, Super 6. Your first question in Special Relativity, if I duck the volume a little here, is the following. Board game fun, including bonuses. What is the highest score in points on a Scrabble legal word that would actually fit on a Scrabble board? Good luck. Only's our first guess. Zeus, Mark, and Timor are in. Looking for 2 more guesses. Pyro and Vixen in. That's it. Everybody has answered. Well, I'm going to run the timer out anyway. So yes, we're actually asking here, including bonuses. We don't often do that because working out with bonuses becomes a bit of a nightmare depending on where you're playing on the board. But in this case, we are actually asking, with bonuses considered, what would be the highest scoring word on Scrabble if you could play it all in one go. Well, let's have a look to see where you've gone. And the first guess that came through was Oni with 1,500. Next was Zeus with 1,350. Very close guesses, only off by 150 from each other. Currently set the limits. Next we've got Mark with 1,000. Another close guess. So Zeus, you're safe through. Mark brings the lower limit down to 1,000. Timor brings it down even further to 420. Mark, you're now safe. Does no one like Oni? They seem to be moving further and further away. Pyro's in the middle with 800. You're safe through. And finally, Vixen in the middle with 1,000. We had that guess earlier. You are also safe through. So it's going to be between Timor on 420 and Oni on 1,500, which sets our division points at a nice 960. Sort of inverted nice, but I like the number. 960 is a good number to use. If the answer is below that, Timor, you are safe through to the next question. If the answer is above that, Oni, you are safe through to the next question. The word that we're talking about here is oxyphenbutazone. You should play that all across 3 triple word score squares and some double letter scores. You can get a grand total of 1,778. So everyone was lower than the correct answer. Only was the closest guess out of all, only off by 278 points all told. Unfortunately, Timor, your guess was too far away, and we do have to say goodbye. But you claim a 10,000 Duke bonus for finishing in 6th place. Congratulations on that. And we got Theory Gear. Thank you very much for the sub there, Theory, on 50 months. Appreciate that. Hope you are doing well out there, mate. Do the triples triple like that? I don't know if the triples triple like that or if they just side grade each other. So it's if it's 9x essentially rather than 3 cubed. I actually don't know how triple stack because I've never dealt with with words like that. It's a rare occasion that I can play 6 letters on a board of Scrabble. They do play that. Okay, fair enough. But 1,778 is the score for oxyphenbutazone. Oni, you were the closest guest. You are safe through to the next question. Well done. So 5 left in the game. The 5 will come down to 4 now. And you've got a bit of maths to do here, folks. Good luck. In Brian's countdown games, he loves 6 smalls because of his mathematical skills. Now it is your turn. If you took the sum of the first 100 non-zero square numbers, well, what would it be? Good luck. You've got a guess from Zeus. And Vixen, 3 more guesses. Oni, Mark, 1 more guess to come through. And Pyro. Yes, we're looking at the non-zero square numbers. Not just all the numbers in that range. They do also need to be square numbers in that range. Oh boy. It's like the extreme version of the 1% question from a few weeks ago. I actually haven't seen much of 1% Club recently, so I may have to fill myself in on that. So let's go through some answers. Zeus came in with 6,000. Vixen, going with 1,000 again. It worked last time. Will it work out for you this time? You set the limits. Next, we've got... okay, big change there. Only with 1,234,567. Zeus, you might have misread, but you are safe through to the next question. Next is Mark with 36,000. You're in the middle. You're safe through. Pyro went with 4,500. You are also safe through. So that sets a division point between Vixen and Oni at 617,784. If the answer is below that, Vixen, you are safe through to the next question. If it's above 617,784, then Oni, you are safe through to the next question. Tadaru would have guessed about 500,000. I saw a guess from... Who did I see a guess from? I saw a guess from... Where is it? I did see it. From Alice with a 420,000 guess. So a similar sort of area, you say. BC would guess at like 383,000. Okay. The correct answer looking for here is... BC, right numbers, wrong order. 338,350. Yes, the numerical sum of 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared, all the way up to 100 squared is 338,350. So, Vixen, your guess of 1,000 might have been off by a couple of magnitudes, but Oni's guess of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 was one magnitude too far, and that is the end of the game for Mr. Alex there. 5th place, though. 20,000 doots is your prize earned for claiming 5th place. Congratulations there, Alex. Vixen, you are still in the game. You move on to the next question. Your 7 key was sticky. No. You sent it, Oni. That's all that matters, is you sent that answer. If you didn't send the 7, then you probably would have been safe through. Okay, 3 questions left. And let's find out what you think of this question here. Question number 3 is this. Combined, how many Game Boy and Game Boy Color handheld games consoles have been sold worldwide? Answer now, if you're there. My Twitch chat has just died, apparently. We got a guess from Mark and Zeus. 2 more to come through. Pyro, Vixen are in. I was worried for a moment then because I saw my Twitch chat had just decided to disconnect itself. And I wasn't seeing any answers coming through. I was like, oh god, have I just had an internet malfunction at the worst time possible? But thankfully all the answers did come through in time. Okay. Slide that up. 4 bids in. Let's find out what you've gone for. Mark's gone with 30 million. Zeus has gone one magnitude further, 150 million. And they currently set the limit. Next, Pyro with 10 million. Mark, you're now safe through. Pyro takes the lower limit on 10 million. And finally, Vixen, with a guess of 100 million, you are safe through to the next question. So, what that does is it sets our division point at an even 80 million. If it's below that, Pyro, you're safe through. If it's above that, Zeus, you're safe through. I think this is going to be close enough to the middle here. I think it's hard to judge above or below the break point. Let's find out. The answer is in this range, from what I can tell. Or am I looking at a different number? Nope, the answer is definitely in this range. The correct answer is... There's lots of numbers on this sheet. 118,690,000 was the correct answer there. Pyro, your guess of 10 million was just too far away, but you claim the verdigris medal as coined by a topper. 4th place and 35,000 doots going your way. Congratulations, Pyro. Zeus, your guess of 150 mil. It was good enough to keep you in the game. And you're through to the next question. So if you break that down, we've got 32.47 million units in Japan, 44.06 million in the Americas, and 42.16 million in other regions. This is all attributed to the rise of the Pokemon fad back in the 90s. The Game Boy and Game Boy Color ceased production in 2002, while the Game Boy Advance was then releasing worldwide. So, we've got 3 players left in. 2 more questions to consider. I'm putting an advance warning this time of watch your digits. The question will also say it, but I'm giving you an advance warning here. Watch your digits. Penultimate question of the game is this. Has anyone paid attention to the Super Bowl? A lot of people sure have. How many people watched Super Bowl 58 across all outlets? Watch your digits. Mark's got a guess. Zeus has got a guess. And Vixen has got a guess. Your owls are not that good. What? They are superb owls, Oni. So how many people watched Super Bowl 58 across all outlets? Let's go through some answers. Mark went with 3 billion with a B. Zeus, I mean, it worked last time. Will it work this time? 150 million. And the final guess, Vixen with 50 million. Well, it's worked for you here, Zeus, because you're safe through to the final question. So it is between Vixen's 50 million and Mark's 3 billion, putting the division point at 1,525,000,000. Below that, Vixen, you're through to the final question. Above that, Mark, you are through to the final question. The correct answer is number go brrr. It would have been a good guess anyway, Zeus. 123,700,000 all told. Yes, of the 123.7 million people who watched, 120 million of those watched it on CBS alone. It was the most watched Super Bowl of all time, and in fact the most watched program in US television history. Kansas City Chiefs played San Francisco 49ers, resulting in an overtime win for the Chiefs. So it was Vixen who survives the question. You are through to the final question versus Zeus. Mark gets eliminated on the penultimate question, but you claim 3rd place and 50,000 doots for 3rd place there, Mark. So very well done. Very good game up to that point. 1 question left now between Vixen and Zeus. One of you is going to claim the 2nd place prize of 75,000. One of you is going to claim the win and the full 100,000 doots. Wish you 2 the best of luck. The final question is: in kilometers, what is the combined length of all of Japan's coastlines? Answer now. I'm aware, obviously, fractals and things, but there is a defined length. Zeus is in. Vixen? Need a guess? Whoa! That was late. That was a late guess, but within the grace time. you really cut that fine, Vixen. If that didn't submit, then it would have been essentially a default win for Zeus. But we do have 2 answers that came through to validate. Does this include disputed islands? I do not have the total count of the number of islands specifically. I only have the number here. But it does count some outlying islands, I do know that for sure. So Zeus was our first guess. Yeah, no one knows the number of islands. It keeps changing daily. Zeus went with 15,432. The numbers 1 through 5 in some number of order. Vixen came in with a very different guess, 5,100,000. So, what that means is that sets our division point at just over 2 million. 2,507,766. Below that, Zeus, you are the winner. Above that, Vixen, you are the winner. Lots and lots of islands of varying sizes. The answer is in this range. For all the marbles. The correct answer is... $34,390 kilometers. So if we're looking at just the 4, again disputed as to how you actually really count them, but if you count the 4 most main islands of Japan, they total up to 18,000 kilometers. And then if you add all of the other outlying islands to that, then you get to a total of just over 34,000 kilometers. So, well done, Zeus. You are the closest guess there. Pretty good guess, even for the 4 main islands of Japan. Vixen, your guess was just a bit too far off by a few magnitudes, but you claim second place, and 75,000 dukes goes your way. Congratulations. But Zeus, you are the winner! And yes, it still does that thing where it says the name and the name again. Oh well. The Doots have now been paid out. Thank you again to Brian for a lovely pack of relativity there. Thank you again to Inca for helping proof that pack. It's on me for not checking the export sheet properly that all the questions are in the right order or not. That's not on Inca. There is specifically a step in the Trello flow for me to check that the export works. And though it did work, we got through it all, the export sheet was in the wrong order, and that's on me for not checking that. So thank you again, Inca, for helping proof. Thank you to Brian for a lovely pack that, and Brian saying he enjoyed it, watching along for the ride there. And a full 1,000 bits from the author himself. Hello.
Thank you, Ash. It is fun. It
is fun. Thank you for the 1,000 bits there, Brian. Appreciate that. He enjoyed watching us suffer in voice chat. I mean, that's a lot of the fun with writing questions sometimes, isn't it? That there is the end of relativity. In a moment, though I'm aware it's like 20 to 10 already, we will play a bit of 1 versus 100 tonight. So in a moment, we'll go over to the 1 versus 100 arena and play a game or 2 of that, and then we'll do a wheel spin to close the stream out. I'm hoping that it's all going to work fine, but given internet weird connection issues, stuff might happen. Give me a couple of minutes to set that up, and yeah, we'll see you for some 1 versus 100 in a moment. So yes, just give me a couple of minutes to set things up for 1 vs 100, and we'll be over there in a moment. Get yourself a bit of a leg stretch, drink, toilet, whatever you need to do. See you in a moment. Let's get straight into it. It's Easy SQ! Easy SQ! That's the room code to enter in tonight. So I'll let you do all of that business and join in on the game. And while you do that, I'm going to go over a bit of news and stuff. So, you may have noticed in the announcement that I will not be streaming in a couple of weeks' time on Friday. Well, I'm not going to be streaming next Friday. This Friday I am. Next Friday I'm not. And the Friday after that I'm also not streaming. The reason for the most recent one, the Friday 3rd of May edition being added to that list of ones I'm not going to be streaming, is unfortunately another of my grandparents passed over the past week, and I'll be attending a funeral on that day. It's been a bloody horrible year for people passing. It's the second of people in my family, and it's also the third person that's passed away this year that I've known. There was a friend of mine from old internet days, well before all of this, well before all that, any of this. Like, I don't think anybody really knows him here, but Tom TX Wellham, he passed away from a heavily fought battle against cancer. Unfortunately, the cancer won in his case, and he passed away. I think it must have been 6 weeks ago at this point now. And yeah, my grandfather on my mum's side, we've been having quite a few problems with recently anyway. He had a very quick turn in hospital just before Christmas, and then made the decision to stay with my parents after that rather than living alone. And yeah, it was just at 3 a.m. last week. He just I think Dad checked up on him, and he was gone by that point. So yeah, it was half expected. I know it's a terrible thing to say, a really terrible thing to say, but he was not living the best of days at that point. Just sort of living day by day almost. And it's always tough seeing someone go, but in a way, it's almost like it feels like he's going to be more comfortable in the afterlife rather than living in a very miserable state right now. So yeah, it's a weird time, especially after just saying goodbye to another of my grandparents like about a month ago. It's kind of crazy that it's all just sort of happening so fast. I don't want to lose anybody else, I really don't. I know it's sort of an inevitability of life, but yeah, I don't ever wish it on anyone. I don't want it to happen to anyone. But yeah, I'll be attending a funeral in a few weeks' time for all of that. And other news, I've been umming and ahhing as to whether to mention this to people or not, because this affects more to you. There's nowhere near as much of a downer as the family news, but it does affect a few people certainly. Over the past week, we got news from the venue that we were going to be hosting QNL2 at, that they will be closing up shop in May. Meaning that the venue that we had a booking with, pretty much a dead cert booking with, we now have had to throw that out entirely, because the venue is no longer going to be as of May. And of course, QNL was going to be arranged for November. We are currently looking at other venues in the area. Hopefully, we're trying to keep it on the same weekend and hopefully trying to keep it in the same area. But at the moment, we are now currently without venue. We were hoping by this time next week that we would open up the tickets so that you could actually purchase tickets to show up. Thankfully, we haven't done that yet, because that would have been a right faff having to deal with people who have already bought tickets and now we've got to potentially refund people because the venue doesn't exist anymore. And yeah, at least we haven't had to fire off that bullet yet, and they are still waiting for it. But I appreciate for those that are making a longer journey that it's becoming harder and harder to be able to make attendance at QNL because it's still not a certainty. No, it wouldn't have been the same venue as last time, Proogs. In fact, no, I'm not going to mention the name. I'm still not going to mention the name just in case. You never know what might happen. I know that it's sort of changing hands and the current landlords are potentially looking at selling it to someone else. Yeah, I'm not going to mention the names right now, just in case it does come to fruition, in which case then I need to keep the place name secret for people's safety. So I'm not going to mention the name of the location, but yeah, it currently is due to close in May, and I was sort of umming and ahhing as to whether to mention this news out to people or not. I will also send an email alert out to those currently on the wait list, so that those that have missed out on this stream, they'll also get the news that the venue is currently up in the air. We don't know yet where it is, but as I say, we're hoping to rearrange it for in the same area in Sheffield and around the same weekend, because the weekend we've already announced. Those are the dates that we want, so we're trying to make sure that can still happen. We're just bit of a faff, because we also arranged a hotel deal alongside that, which would have been, sort of a sweet deal for it all. But hey-ho, what can you do? Thankfully, we've planned this far ahead. If we hadn't have done this before, there wouldn't have been a QNL 1 full stop. Because we planned that with like 3 months' notice. And we're now, 4 months currently into the planning right now. And we've lost 3 months of work, essentially. Sort of the way you have to look at it. But thankfully, not a single penny has been spent yet. Didn't have to put anything down as a deposit for the venue, didn't have to put anything down for the hotel bookings or anything. So thankfully, nothing has been lost at all, other than just personal time of the organisers of QNL2. So yeah, we are going to figure out a solution, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll find a place that can situate us again at the end of November. So we'll see what happens. I'm still hopeful, because there were a couple on the list that were still available for that time. It's just whether or not they've received a booking since to claim that or not. Because, those offerings are only available for a limited amount of time. But hey-ho. Shall we get into some quizzing? I think we shall, because it's nearly 10 PM and we haven't done any 1 vs 100 yet. So let's get on the game, get on with the quiz, and let's pick our first one this evening. And let me change to that layout. No, not that layout, this layout. Oh, that works. Oh, that almost looks fancy. It's Mark! Let me get the game loaded up. It is Mark, our one this evening. Now, Mark, would you like to join me in Discord and play in voice, or would you like to do it in Twitch chat? Up to you. US rules and you want to the chat. Alright, we can do it that way, Mark. No problem at all. You know how the game works at this point. Hopefully everybody else does. This is a multiple choice quiz. A, B or C are your possible options. Whisper them to Quizbot 3000 though. If you're not available to do that, you can answer in public chat though. It might not delete your messages currently, so just be aware of that fact. Okay, Mark, good luck. It is 1 versus 100. And your first question on a crime trial, by what will start the prosecutor? Is it the closing argument, the opening statement, or the cross-examination? Bob, lock in your answers now. On a crime trial, by what will start the prosecutor? English feels a bit weird on that. Closing argument, opening statement, or cross-examination? And everyone is in. Okay, Mark. Over to you. What do you think? Hello, Mark. Hello. Anybody? Trying to figure out what the question means. I mean, as you say, yeah, it's a... The question English grammar feels a bit off, I will say. I think it's one of the older questions in the database. I would go and have a look, but currently ask the host is possible, so I can't. Otherwise, that would be big, big cheat spoilers. Prosecutor begins by making an opening statement. I guess B. Well, that sounds reasonable. Will the prosecutor start with an opening statement? Yeah, simple as that. Simple as that. Now let's find out who's right, who's wrong. Pusa Moosa, Sunny Cat, Flyboy, Vixen, Jane, and BC getting that one wrong. And, well, that number count definitely looks wrong, but it's still total 16. That's all that matters to me. Mark, you're up to 1,000. You could easily walk away from that right now, or you can play on for a bit more. What do you want to do? Take the 1,000 by saying money, or take the mob by saying mob? Taking on the mob. Let's continue then. 1 versus 84. What is the name for the building or room where soldiers eat? Is it the jumble, the chaos, or the mess? Bob, lock in your answers now. For what is the name for the building or room where soldiers may eat? Is it the jumble, the chaos, or the mess? And the time is up. That's easier. The mess hall, says Mark. Going with the mess. Is it the mess hall? It is, of course, the mess hall. How did the mob do? Midget on the internet, Timor, not a cat, getting that one wrong. We've got 6 AI also failing to identify the mess hall there. And you're about a quarter of the way through the mob right now. 1 versus 75. We currently have 5,000 dukes on offer for you. Would you like to take the 5,000? Or do you want to take on the mob for a bit more? Taking on the mob. Let's keep it going then. 1 versus 75. At which club the title of a 1983 Wham single were drinks free with fun and sunshine enough for everyone? Is it Club Biscuit, Club Penguin, or Club Tropicana? Jesus Christ, Carlo. At which club the title of a 1983 Wham single with drinks free with fun and sunshine enough for everyone? Happy birthday, Carlo. Over to Mark. Not wasting any time at all. Going in with the Club Tropicana. And it is the Club Tropicana, yes. Who's right, who's wrong? Drahuska and 2AI getting that one wrong. No change to your current bank. You're on 5,000. 2 away, though, from making it 10,000 deuce. What do you like to do, Mark? Take the money or take on the mob? Continuing on against the mob of 72. Which of these species of penguin is the same scientific family as the royal penguin? Is it spaghetti penguin, macaroni penguin, or lasagna penguin? Jesus. Bob, lock in your answers now. Which of these species of penguin is in the same scientific family as the royal penguin? Is it spaghetti penguin, macaroni penguin, or lasagna penguin? Not the penny penguin, no, Matt. The only pasta penguin that Mark knows is the macaroni. And so B is what's being locked in. Is it B? It is indeed. And it's not fusilli either. You are through the next level. Alice, Matt, Brian getting that wrong. 4AI getting that wrong. Mark, you're now on 10,000 doots. You're 4 away from making it 25,000. What would you like to do? You going to take 10,000 and run? Or do you take on the mob for a bit more? Continuing on against the mob. It is 1 versus 64. In a tweet from 2016, Donald Trump Jr. compared the Syrian refugee crisis to a bowl of what's popular candy? It's a bowl of M&Ms, a bowl of Hershey's Kisses, or a bowl of Skittles? Mob, lock in now. In a tweet from 2016, Donald Trump Jr. has compared the Syrian refugee crisis to a bowl of what popular candy? A bowl of M&Ms, a bowl of Hershey's Kisses, or a bowl of Skittles? Okay, the mob is in. What do you think, Mark? You dread to know, says Pusdan. Well, you will know in a moment. Mark's using first obvious helps, going with a poll, going with A. And, oh, that's very interesting. Just over half of the remaining mob went with that answer of A. 34 of 64 went with that guess, meaning the other 30 went with other guesses outside of A. Oh! Well, that's something I've never seen before. You asked it again. And then that happened. Well then, we're learning lots of new things about 1 versus 100 tonight. Because what I fear that's just happened there is you could potentially ask multiple times on the poll and it would never have prevented you from doing so. That's interesting to know. You went with a bowl of M&Ms. And you're wrong! No, the answer is a bowl of Skittles. Bowl of Skittles is the correct answer, meaning a minority got that right. A total of 24 players got that right in the end. We have Natter, AVMe, Prey, Pyro, Zeus, and Silver Electron were the only players of the 24 remaining that got that correct. All the others, of course, being AI. So what that means is we'll be picking one of those players out at random to be our next one this evening. Mark, such an early departure there, but yeah, you went with the sort of the plurality answer there from the mob. 34 of 64, but unfortunately they were wrong. It was just 24 that went with the right answer of C instead. Tricky question, very much a tricky question, but it's how it goes. It is how it goes. Mark, unfortunate there, but thank you very much for playing, and you can join the mob and see if you can get some doots that way instead. But for Natter, ABME, Prey, Pyro, Zeus, and Silver Electron,
Super Manifest Prey.
one of you could be our next one this evening. We've got a Super Manifest on Prey here, and a Manifest of Prey, 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 and a Let's Go of Prey, and lots of Prey manifestations, plus a Manifest of ABME from Topper. Let's find out who it's going to be! RNG, do your thing. The manifesting works! Prey Streams is the next one this evening. It actually bloody worked. Manifestation actually happened. 100 bits.
Don't tell me dreams can't come true.
They absolutely can come true. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Oni. Let's bring Prey in. Hello there, Prey. Oh, hang on. Let's try that again where I unmute you. Hello, Prey.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. And is this not the colour of money?
I know, it's not. Surprisingly.
Ah, welcome in. Did you see yourself getting picked?
Surprisingly enough, I didn't. But the
No?
thing is, I've been waiting so long to be able to play.
Well, you are here now as a hot seat player, and you get the chance to take on the mob. Do you have a target in mind, Prey?
Anything.
Anything.
Just anything. As
Just
long
walk
as
on 1,000 dupes and that's it. Bye!
Don't tempt me.
Well, I'll give you the option if you end up earning that much, but it does depend, though, on the game that you play. Do you want the US rules or do you want the Dutch rules?
I've been a guy that says if I get picked, I'll go Dutch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, fuck that. I'll go US.
I knew that was going to happen. So, US rules, you ready to play, yeah?
I am ready.
Okay, Prey, good luck. It is 1 versus 100, and here's your first question. Which artist, notable for a long-running dispute with artist Anish Kapoor, released both The Pink is Pink and The Most Glittery Glitter? Is it Hanover Semple, Stuart Semple, or Tudor Semple? Which artist, notable for a long-running dispute with artist Anish Kapoor, released both The Pink is Pink and The Most Glittery Glitter? And the mob is in. Prey, any of these leaping out at you?
Honest to God, none. Whatsoever.
Well, you do have helps.
I've genuinely not heard of this, so I think I will use a help.
Okay.
And I think as it's the first... I think it's the first question. You know what? Mob, I'm going to trust you on this.
Quite a powerful help to use immediately. You want to lock in trust the mob.
Well, I don't particularly... Oh, wait, no. Ask gives me a correct and a wrong.
It does, yes.
No, I'll ask them up.
So, confirm, you want to ask the mob, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, we will do that instead then. So we've got 100 currently in the mob. We're going to pick 2 out at sort of random. One has given the correct answer.
That's sort of random.
Well, it's sort of random because there are restrictions at play. One has given the correct answer. One has given an incorrect answer. Now, we're not going to know which is right, which is wrong, but we are going to know what letter options the 2 players went with. So, let's find out who we're going to pick here. We have 2 human players. We've got Brian, who went with C. We have Charlemagne, who went with B. Now, that does mean A, Hanover Simple, is definitely wrong. Anyone that's gone with A, we all know in a moment, they will get eliminated. But it's between B and C. Shadow, Brian, you may, of course, give your opinions as to why you gave your answers. And then Prey can use that to his advantage or disadvantage, depends on how he wants to interpret things. This is gonna be fun, says Oni. Well, not necessarily for Prey. This is question number 1. We kind of need to get him moving. Two VC guys screaming internally. Okay, Shadowing's first to break. Oh Christ, you want my opinion? I've not heard of any of these people, but I assume that Stuart Semple is a real person, so I went with him. Disclaimer, I know fuck all about music, so there you go. And then Brian coming in saying, I'm thinking Tudor because it is logical. So there's your opinions from Shadow and Brian as to why they gave their particular responses. We know for a fact it's not A. That is for certain. But do you trust any of those two players with the information they provided?
The thing is, as well, like, during the course of that, I was looking at Stuart Semple, and it does seem like a real name. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Lock in B.
You said the key words. You've gone with
If it's wrong, it's wrong.
Stuart Semple. Now, you could have asked me on this one.
Because you knew.
I did know this because Tom Scott's done a video interviewing said person. And he even made mention of the person, though not necessarily by name, on one of the recent Lateral podcasts. The answer we're looking for here is Stuart Semple. You're safe.
Oh, crikey.
Now let's see who got that wrong, or would you have been good enough to use a trust? Oh, I don't know.
Oh my god, no.
I don't know. You probably would have been okay. Just about in plurality would have been safe, but it got a bit sketchy there. Suddycat, Brian, Drahuska, Matt, Pusamusa, Flyboy, Alice, Vixen, Pyro, and a midget on the internet all getting that one wrong, along with a lot of AI. That's a total of 32 mob members eliminated. And just like that, you're up to where Mark was on 10,000 doots. And breathe. How are you feeling at the moment, Prey?
A little bit stupid because I was like, yeah, Stuart Semple just sounds like a real person. Why am I not going for that? Just why?
I mean, it's, the other answers were half plausible. But of those, the only one that really was a first name was Stuart. The other two were obviously names of famous houses, but not necessarily names that are necessarily first names that you would see in modern day. But yeah, don't worry. You're through the first question, regardless of how you did it. You got there. Now you're on 10,000 dukes. You are one further away than nice, which would have been probably nicer to be on the board. But anyway, you're 8 away from getting to 25,000 dukes. Now, what would you like to do? You could just scarper right now 10,000 dukes the richer, or would you like to play on for a bit longer? Though Mark just did that and failed on the next question.
I've kind of always wanted to say this. I want the mob!
I want the mob! 1 versus 68. Let's continue on then. A group of diseases involving abnormal cell growth with the potential to invade or spread to other parts of the body is called what? Is it Aries, Cancer, or Gemini? Mob, lock in your answers. A group of diseases involving abnormal cell growth with the potential to invade or spread to other parts of the body is called what? Is it Aries, Cancer, or Gemini? Feel myself having a bit of a Titan moment here, A-score. Prey, what are you thinking?
The other two answers to this question are very, very helpful. Yeah, those are called cancerous cells. So I will lock in cancer.
Okay. Locking in B, cancer is the correct answer, yes. Which I made mention on the stream like 20 minutes ago. Just 2 players getting eliminated there, AI63 and AI57. Keeps you in the game, Prey. 6 away now from the next level on 25,000 dukes. Do you want to take the 10,000? Or do you take on the mob for a bit more?
Well, I didn't take the 10k like 2 eliminations ago, so I'll take the mob.
Take the mob. Let's keep it going. Question number 3. Complete the lyric from ABBA's Super Trooper. I was sick and tired of everything when I called you last night from... Was it Glasgow, Fargo, or Tesco? Mob, lock in your answers now. Complete the lyric from ABBA's Super Trooper. Bloody ABBA again. I was sick and tired of everything when I called you last night from Glasgow, Fargo, or Tesco. And the mob is in Prey. What are we thinking here?
How much I would love it to be Tesco. I'm trying to recite the lyrics in my head. Are not coming to me. I don't think it's Tesco. Oh, God. You know what? I'm not sure on AOB. You know what? Ash, have you got any input on this?
Do I have input?
Yeah, you have an input on this. Because I'll ask you.
Do you really want to ask me?
Yeah, sure, because nothing's coming to me.
Sure, fine. Glasgow, I suppose.
Oh, alright, sick.
I guess.
You guess?
I'm not dead, sir. I don't really know the lyrics to Super Trooper. It's certainly not Tesco. I know that much for a fact, but Glasgow feels a bit right to me, so I would go with Glasgow. That's my final answer. Because I'm toying between A and B as well. I'm just not overly sure on it. But hey, if we're wrong together. Hey, Glasgow, lock in. Lock in. You sound so confident. Are you an ABBA fanatic? I'm definitely not.
If we're wrong together, Bash.
Fine. No doubts whatsoever. Just 1% doubt.
Just a 1%. It's all that matters.
Clive, Dalton, Mr. Vertigo, Puzzle Dan, and 10 AI getting that wrong for a total of 14 eliminations. Prey, you're up another level, up to 25,000, and we have Raiders coming in here. Oh, goodness me.
What? Raiders on my game? Oh, no.
We've got Quizzy Dan, who's asking, where's my orange? Sorry, I stole it for some vitamin C. I hope you're not too mad. But welcome on in, Raiders. Hope you're doing well. We are in the middle of a game of 1 versus 100 here with Mr. Prey Streams. And he's nearly at the halfway point. He's 2 away from getting to 50,000 dupes and a little bit of extra information on the questions. But we're not there quite yet. Have you tried the orangery? Go to Ben for that. I do not have an orangery on my side of things. Prey, you're on 25,000. You can now walk away with that much in hand. Or do you want to take on a bit more? You want to take on the mob?
If I had to say I had a goal, it would have been at least half. And I'm not there yet. So I'm going to take the mob.
Take the mob! It is 1 versus 52. Someone who is much older than you might lament your youth by saying, "Get off my..." what? Is it lawn, case, or cloud? Mob, lock in your answers now. Someone who is much older than you might lament your youth by saying, "Get off my..." what? Lawn, case, or cloud? And that there will be time. Pray.
I mean, the one that seems completely right to me is just get off my lawn. Because get off my case is sort of someone that, like, if you switch the question around, get off my case might be more appropriate to it. Get off my cloud, I don't think so. Think it's A. It's pure and simple as get off my lawn. Lock in A.
You said the keywords. Gear off my lawn. Of course it is.
Yeah. I'm trying so hard not to overthink on questions.
So easily done. We've got Prugs, Colo, Oni, and 6 AIs getting that wrong or failing to answer in time. They have been eliminated. And Prey, you're now into the second half of the game. You're currently on 50,000 dukes. You're 3 away from 75,000. And before making your mind up, you'll now get to see the category of the next question. How are you feeling right now, Prey?
This is a place I never thought I'd get to. I'm going to be completely honest. I never thought I'd get this far if I was ever selected. So
well, the thing is, as the one, you have helps in hand to get you up the ladder a bit further than just traditional knowledge would dictate. Plus, also, you get more thinking time. Mm-hmm. So, it's just a slightly different game. It's, asymmetric in that nature. You're currently on 50,000. You could easily get further and further up the board. You get up to 250,000 dukes with a good question in hand. Shall we have a look at the category, see what your next question could be?
Let's go.
Food and drink will be the category of the next question. What would you like to do? Do you want to take the 50,000 dukes you currently have in the bank? Or do you want to take on the mob of 43 on a question of food and drink?
Food and drink is so vast.
Yes, but it's...
I also still have 2 helps left.
You do, yes?
Screw it, I'm only here once. Give me the mob.
Give me the mob, he says. It's 1 versus 43. Wagyu, a famous meat for its unique taste and tenderness, is a type of what? Is it mutton, beef, or venison? Mob, lock in your answers now. Wagyu, a famous meat for its unique taste and tenderness, is a type of what? Mutton, beef, or venison? And that is time. Pray.
I've heard of that.
Uh-huh.
Because there's a Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares where they visit a burger kitchen, but it's Wagyu they serve instead of, like a traditional burger. I'm not entirely sure if it's what it falls under. I'm going to pull the mob.
Okay. What option would you like to poll for?
I'd like to pull them for B. I just want to... I'm intrigued with something.
For B. Okay. Let's activate the poll. And let's see how many of our mob went with the option of B. The beef. Well then.
B, lock it in.
41 of our 43 mob members went with that. Now, I'm very curious because Mark did a thing where he said the same letter. I'm curious, if I change the letter, Yeah, it does that. So I can tell you the 2 mob members went with A as well. You can apparently poll all the options. Yeah, you can poll all the options. This has been here since I first implemented it back in 2019. How have we not seen this?
Ash, I'd like to pull the mob for A, B, and C.
A, B, and
The
C?
whole thing lights up.
There you go. Try the queue. Spoilers.
It's taken 5 years to expose this flaw.
Apparently so, Matt. That is impressive that we've never seen this happen before. But
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
41 of 43 with B, the beef. There you go, Lee. Try the W. No, we're not doing that. Apparently you can now answer the question 6 times. What would you like to do, Prey?
Well, with a vast amount of people that have gone for it, let's go with it. B. Beef.
Lock it in?
Final answer.
No, you can't say final answer.
Lock it in. Sorry, lock it in.
Thank you. Yeah, and the game just gives up when you do that multiple times. Okay. So we're going for the beef. Is the answer beef? It absolutely is beef. Yes. The wa means it's of the cow, and gyu means meat. That's literally what it translates to in Japanese. It's cow meat. Only AI number 66 got eliminated. The other one changed their mind to the correct answer.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, that still happens as well. The AI can change their mind after the fact. But that's just how it goes. So you're now 2 away from 75,000. Let's have a look at another category. It's another and TV and film. So, what would you like to do? Oh, sorry. Yes, Gyu is because Gyu Don. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I've got the other way around. Gyu is the cow. Wa is the meat. So 50,000 doots you can walk away with right now, or you can take on the mob. You're only 2 away from getting up to 75,000. 12 away from 100,000.
Give me the mob.
Give me the mob, he says as he types it in. There we go. And let's go. The 2009 movie starring Miley Cyrus, Dolly Parton, and Tyra Banks has what US state's name in its title? Is it Montana, Mississippi, or Indiana? Mob, lock in your answers now. The 2009 movie starring Miley Cyrus, Dolly Parton, and Tyra Banks has what US state's name in its title? Montana, Mississippi, or Indiana? I don't know what accent I'm going for there.
It's like a mixture of all 3 of them.
Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? Don't you know? I don't know what that was. Pray! Let's just get out of there right now.
See, I'm not sure if Montana is a trap answer, because Miley Cyrus played as Hannah Montana. But it's also jumping out at me. I'm not overly sure here, so I'm going to trust the mob.
You want to use your final help?
Yeah.
Okay. You are locked in to the mob's most popular answer. That has been confirmed behind the scenes. Now, if you had to lock in an answer, what would you have gone for, Prey?
I just would have gone for A.
Would have gone with A, Montana. Well, I think we may have to issue some previous advice to yourself.
Oh, no.
And don't overthink the question, because it's Montana. You would have been absolutely right with your hunch. No more help gone. 4 AI getting eliminated there. They obviously didn't see the film or know anything about Hannah Montana. But no matter, you're still through to 75,000 now, Prey. But you are on your own. No more helps to take you any further. So you have
Oh,
to give
I'm
me right
annoyed
answers
by
only.
that.
You're 8 away from 6-figure territory of 100,000 dudes. Let's see what the next category is for you. Video games. Video games.
Oh, I hate your logic. I hate your coding. I hate everything about your question, Dave.
So, would you like to walk away for 75,000 dudes? Or do you want to take on the mob on a question on video games?
This is the worst thing is if I take the money and run, I don't get to see the question.
Correct.
Ah, you
Select again.
you fucker. The thing is, I could ask something that I've either just never played or don't have too much information on.
Beauty of the game.
No.
The beauty of imperfect information.
I would love to go for the mob on this, but I'm just not too sure because it could ask anything.
You would have gotten that
No.
last question right.
Oh, fuck it, give me the mob.
Take it on the mob, yeah?
Yeah.
Here we go then. 1 versus
Be nice.
38.
Be nice.
In Super Mario Sunshine, how many shine sprites can be found in a single level? Is it 8, 11, or 9? Mob, lock in your answers now. In Super Mario Sunshine, how many shine sprites can be found in a single level? 8, 11, or 9? And Lingo, the one that wrote this question, has just joined the mob on this question. Obviously, they can't influence the game right now, but they're playing for a few extra dudes. Craig, you played Sunshine?
In passing. For like all of 15-20 minutes.
Okay. What can you remember of the game?
Not much. See, 8, 11, and 9. Why not go 10?
Could be that this is a 4-part question that only shows 3 of the parts.
Right, fair.
That's my only thought.
Shine sprites. I'm not sure. Why did I continue? You know, why did I take the mob here? Like, such a stupid idea. What is this game?
Worst case, you got a 1 in 3.
True. And either way, I've had a blast. So, doesn't... Oh. Lock in 9.
You said the lock-in.
I'm not entirely sure, but
Going with 9.
If it's wrong, I've had an absolute blast, so it doesn't matter.
No, I wouldn't be sure here at all. The sort of equivalence to this is stars in Mario 64, of which there's like 6 plus 1. Like 6 that they have, you know, normally laid out, plus also the 1 for the getting the 100 coins or whatever it is.
Yeah, for the 100, yeah.
What is it for Sunshine? Is it 9?
Go on. Go on.
No!
It is 11.
It's 11. 8 episodes, 2 hiddens, plus then the 100 shine as well. Wow! That there would have meant
I'd have
Silver
had $500,000.
Electron plays, and you would have been in the $500,000 territory had you got it right. But unfortunately, not the correct answer, and you walk away with nothing, Prey. Hard luck there. How do you feel?
As I said, I had a blast regardless. I'm glad I got to play. Hopefully I can come back and do it again.
Oh, yes.
But Silver Electron, best of luck to you. When you get picked, if it's after me or whether it's on another stream. Best of luck to you.
Well, Prey, unfortunately, your luck just ran out a bit with the video game question, but hope you had fun.
Oh, I did.
That's great to
Always
hear.
do.
Do go and give Prey a follow if you're not already doing so. He does Colour of Money and also soon to be all sorts of other stuff as well on his side of things. Do you want to say anything about your channel or channels, Prey?
I just do random stuff. Whether it be Color of Money or soon to be in the future, other games as well. Limitless Wins in the works. So is Brainiest as a tournament. So we'll have a good time over there. And Millionaire, if I can write packs.
Well, go give him a follow. Thank you very much for playing, Prey. Have a good rest of your week, and we'll catch you later. Take care.
Catch you later, bud. Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Prey, unfortunately falling foul of some extra Mario shines there. 11 the correct answer we're looking for, and only Silver Electron in the human players getting the right answer there. Would have crashed all the way down to 1 versus 4. Now, we're not going to be playing another game of 1 versus 100 tonight, but what it does mean, Silver Electron, because you are the one and only one player left in, we'll do what we did before and issue you a golden ticket or in your case, a silver ticket, I suppose, given your name. A silver ticket to the next edition of 1 vs 100 and give you a sort of a fast pass into the one hot seat next time round. So yeah, if you are around the next time we play 1 vs 100, then do shout out and tell me to give you the silver ticket entry, because I probably will forget otherwise. But congratulations, Silver Electron, sole survivor in that final game, and maybe we'll see you in the hot seat next time round. That brings us to a close on 1 vs 100 tonight. Not much gameplay, but it was just a bit of a we just had a bit of a late start into 1 vs 100, what with relativity overrunning a bit because of technical reasons. Let's put it that way, technical reasons. Oh, sorry, I'm speaking over this bop, aren't I? There we go. We've got one final duty left tonight, and that is to give the wheel a spin to figure out what we are doing for the end of stream activities. So let me go over to that guy there and do this guy there. Do that there. And let's do a spin, shall we? Go! Where are we stopping tonight? Well, we're adding more to the jackpot. It's another 25k to the jackpot. Brings us up to 270,000 now, currently on the jackpot wedge. And let's go round again, shall we? Where are we stopping now? It's another marble race! Another marble race, this time for 40,000 doots. Right then, marbles it is. Let me sort that out. I need to switch over to that layout there then. And we'll press that to get to Steam. And hopefully we'll get into a marble race. Library, open up, please. Oh, there's an update queued. Cool. Let's get the update sorted. What we're going to do music-wise? I've been on a Black Mages kick. Sure, we can do that edition, can't we? We'll do that. We'll do some One Winged Angel by the Chocobo Band. It's a good name that for a band, isn't it? The Chocobo Band. So let me do that. Get marbles loaded up. Come on then, marbles. Let's go for arrays. Switch over to camera 2. Now we had an only track last time, so do we have a matte track? We do have a matte track. It has been played just the once, so let's load that one up. Loading that up. There we go. So if you want to play Map the Refs Clashing Crashing Crash, that's not a difficult thing to say at all. The Clashing Crashing Crash, 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 and the Clashing Crashing Crash. Then exclamation mark play is what you need to enter in. Lots of players joining in with their marbles. I'm not okay, Cozy Dan. I'm really not okay. I'm still recovering. Clearly, still got some delirium going on though. Got 35 marbles in. Yeah, I definitely stopped responding. Random.org.
Ash.x has stopped working.
I have definitely stopped working. Please restart me. Definitely, please reboot me. So with that name, do we get first DNF and final DNF? Do we do an inverted track? No, I'm not going to do an inverted order like that. That would be a bit too ridiculous. But we'll have 36 marbles in, so we'll do a random position. The random position has rolled 24th, so we've got first finish, final finish, and 24th place, whatever that happens to be. So we'll do that. First finish, final finish, and 24th place, whatever that position might be. It could be that is a crash out position or whatever, but those are the positions that will pay tonight on 40,000 doots apiece. Excuse me. They all have to make a mandatory tyre stop. This is not Formula One. We're not imposing pit stops on these marbles. They are allowed their free will. Okay. What happens if the final finish is 24th place? Does the universe implode? Yes, it does, Ben. But we do pay twice in that particular case. So yeah, fun. Also, hi. Hope you're doing okay, Ben. Right, I think it's time to get this race underway, and many pogs were indeed had that day. Let's press the start button. We're under starters orders, and we're going to do some One Winged Angel, courtesy of the Chocobo Band. Let's go. Interesting, we're starting with a lottery machine. Ben's first out, followed by Zeus, Jogging, and Vixen. Who's first down the funnel? It's Zeus and Jogging. Heading round the S-bend, followed by Ben and Vixen. Then we've got Oren, Puzzledan, Anasep, Brand New Halo, Flyboy, and Dalton, Sunny Cat, even me and Suyo, also in a little group there. Heading their way towards the water wheel. Vixen with the lead now, but going up. I mean, that's one way to go, I suppose. Jogging going the underneath route. Currently in the lead. Both heading the right way. Dalton also heading to the right. Brady Halo, Oren, Sootycat, Zeus, and Ben, though, heading the left route. Into the shark's mouth we go. Okay, I wasn't expecting that as part of the track, but okay. And from... from one shark into another shark. Didn't think that was how the food chain worked, but okay. And a Sepp falling off the track. It is currently Dalton now in the lead, heading into marble machine number 2. Jane, Prey, and Paul, a Royal Flush falling off the track. Hard luck there. We've still got 31 marbles in this race. Going round and round and round in the lottery machine. Who's going to be out first? It's going to be Jogging with a lucky bounce. Down the middle of the cones. Are now in second place. Vixen and Prues heading their way down. Odie heading their way down off the track. 30 marbles left in this race. Jogging. PL Jogging still in the lead. Heading into the wide slope. Oh, it's the final finish. Find a test tube and win. Jogging is our winner. 1 minute left on the track. Oren finding their way through as well. Didn't see them finish, but okay. Vixen has finished. Ava Me's through. Prugs is through. Dalton's through. Halo's through. Quizzy Dan is through. And Zeus is through. We've got 35 seconds to finish the track. Is anybody at the back of the pack gonna get a finish? Or are they gonna burn up? We've got Miss Vertigo Topper. We've got Silver Electron, Lingo, Curse Tukun, and Puzzledan. 20 seconds to get a finish. Shapes heading their way to the finishing section. Pyro heading their way. Oh, it's a massacre back there. Pyro, looks like you could be our final finisher here. And you are our final finisher. World record from Mr. PL Jogging. Very well done. 40,000 going your way. Final finisher was Pyro Pygmy. Well done, Pyro. 40,000 to you. And 24th place goes to Suyu. And it's to Suyu. Nicely done. 24th place goes to you. Congratulations. I'm going to give that a like. Some good music that from the Chocobo Band. Sandwiched by winners. Unfortunately, you are top here in 23rd place, not a paying position tonight. Hard luck there. So that brings us to a close on tonight's stream. Next time on Friday, what do I have on the schedule for you currently? So this Friday, I am still streaming, and we currently have on the schedule Word Scramble and Secret Fortune. That is currently on the schedule for Friday. Then next Wednesday, we have what says question mark in 7:45. I'll just fill that with a regular warm-up game, and then we'll have 1,000 heartbeats. And if not that, we'll have 5 minutes to fortune. And then on next Friday, I'm not streaming because I will be elsewhere. And then the week after that, Wednesday the 1st of May, we've got Brain Teaser, Snap It Up, and Winning Lines. And then that Friday, the 3rd of May, I won't be here again. I will be attending a funeral instead. So what's currently scheduled there, which is Quiz Cube, Duke Drop, and Outrights, will be shifted to another date instead. We'll probably push those over to the week after or something along those lines. I'll figure out how the schedule's going to shake out with all of that. Yes, I will be elsewhere, Score. I wonder where. We'll soon find out. And that's about it, I think. Do we have anyone to raid into tonight? Let's have a quick look. It's nearly 11 o'clock. Goodness me. Who can I go raid into? Let's have a look. Anyone in the quiz show category other than me? No. Even I'm not in, apparently. Nope, I am. But there is Helmet again, who's just doing automated trivia. Who's currently live in Contain World? People I don't know in languages I don't know. Cool. How about Final Fantasy? Anyone currently on Final Fantasy worlds that I can go and raid into? Let's have a look. Final Fantasy 7. Who's currently streaming Final Fantasy 7 stuff? No one I know. They've moved on to bigger and better things, clearly. Final Fantasy 8. Again, I don't know any of these people. I need to go and follow more people. First time visitor this was, oh, that's good to hear, Jane. Thank you very much for that. I do these things generally Wednesdays and Fridays, though, as I made mention, the Fridays in the next couple of weeks will be a bit hit and miss. I am this Friday, but the 2 Fridays after that I won't be. But Wednesdays, most certainly, I will be streaming on those days. The Hardy Way is playing some WWE Bam. Let's have a quick looky, though. All right, yeah, we'll go and raid into Hardy Way. That's at least quiz adjacent. Go and raid over to the Hardy Way. What shall our raid message be? Clashing, crashing, crash. There you go. Clashing, crashing, crash. I just about said that. So yeah, clashing, crashing, crash. We'll go with that as our raid message. So thank you very much. We'll see you on Friday for some more quiz night. And yeah, take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.